Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to the Chug Nerd YouTube channel. Today I wanted to share with you my thoughts and opinions on this, my Schecter C7 Silver Mountain guitar. Let's check it out. So what's up everybody, I hope you're doing well. My name is DJ, I'm a guitarist from the southwest of the UK. I've been playing guitar for about 20 years or so now, and this is my brand new YouTube channel. We're on video 6 today, and this is going to be dedicated to my Schecter C7 Silver Mountain guitar. This guitar came to me in a trade about a year ago or so. I've had it about a year, I reckon, at this point, and I traded it for an absolutely beautiful guitar, which was my Solar A1.7LB. It was like the Dime Slime kind of super strat kind of looking thing with the Evertune bridge. I'll get into why I traded it away a little bit later, but this came to me in a trade with that. This isn't a sponsored video in any way. This is my own guitar that I bought in a roundabout way with my own money and then acquired through a trade, so it's not a sponsored video. And I just wanted to share with you my thoughts and opinions on it, so let's check it out. I think a good point to start in this video is to see how this thing sounds in a full mix. So here is something that I prepared earlier. Okay, so first things first, let's check out the signal chain today. Every video I've done so far, I stick to my guns, I stick to my roots. I love the Soldano SLO Neural DSP plugin, so everything you hear today is going to be recorded through that. It's going to be going from my guitar straight into my Focusrite Solo interface and then into GarageBand, which is the main DAW that I use for pretty much all of my recording, anything I do. I've used Logic, I don't need all the fancy bells and whistles, and GarageBand does everything I need it to do for now for what I'm doing. So that's everything that you're going to be hearing in your face holes today. These things, my dog's barking, now he's growling, there must be some baddies. Anyway, that's the signal chain, let's check out some specs. Alrighty, so this is the Schecter C7 MS Silver Mountain with a mahogany body, mahogany neck, and a ebony fingerboard. We have a 25.5 to 27 inch scale length across the multi-scale fretboard. We have got 24 extra jumbo stainless steel frets on this 16 inch radius fretboard over a thin C-shaped neck. We've got a graphite nut with a nut width of 1.889 inches. Hardware-wise, we've got a Hipshot hardtail string-through bridge, which is awesome. We've got Schecter's own brand locking tuners, 2 humbuckers, which are the Schecter USA Sonic Seducer pickups, and originally this came with a volume tone pot with a push-pull on the tone pot and a 3-way switch, but I've replaced that with some other electronics going on down here, which I'll get to in a moment. So like I said, this thing came to me in a trade for my beautiful solar guitar. I may do another dedicated video on why I got rid of that guitar, but I kind of don't want to be bashing anybody today, but I expect through the various videos that I'm uploading to YouTube as time goes on, it will become quite apparent I'm not a big fan of Evertune bridges, and that Solar did have an Evertune bridge in it, which was just not for me, and I'll probably cover that in a future video. So when the opportunity came up to get this in replacement of that, I absolutely adore Hipshot bridges. I think they're so good, they're so solid, so reliable. Absolutely love it, and everything else that comes with this guitar with a similar kind of specification to what I was trading away with the Solar, with stainless steel frets and such. It was just a no-brainer. I love the aesthetic of the guitar. I think it's really unique and kind of a fun, different kind of vibe for a super strat kind of thing, and just generally it plays really, really nicely. Positives of this guitar, it is amazingly built. It came to me secondhand, but you know, all the frets are beautiful. The fretboard is really, really nice to play with lovely rounded edges. It's just a really exquisitely built guitar. It's really well put together. It's solid, it's heavy. The neck dive is a little bit, it's not too bad, it's not too bad. You don't often get that with a Strat style guitar, but for some reason this end, maybe it's that chunky volute, this end kind of does dip a little bit, but it's not so bad that it's like overly noticeable. It's quite easy to tame. It's certainly not SG levels of neck dive. The neck is lovely. I'll talk about the back of the neck in a moment, but neck shape wise it's really, really nice. The radius is, I like quite a flat radius on a fretboard, and this is kind of getting towards that flatter end of things at 16 inch. I've got an 18 inch radius on my Legator fretboard and a 20 inch radius on my PRS, so I do like flat fretboards, and this is kind of on that flatter end of the scale, which I really, really enjoy playing. Electronics wise, I wasn't a massive fan of the electronics that came with it. The three-way blade is absolutely fine. It had the push-pull on the tone pot, but we had a volume tone, and I just don't gel unless it's a Les Paul kind of single cut style guitar. I just don't gel with having separate volumes for my neck and my bridge. If it's not a Les Paul, I don't know if that's just something that's been ingrained in me over years of playing, I don't know, but I just couldn't get used to it, and it felt really, really unnecessary to have it. So I shipped this off to my guy Mark at Wilkes Guitar Repairs. Big shout out to Mark. And we had some modifications done. I liked the coil split option, so we kept that in, but we put it on this little toggle switch, which I really enjoy now. So this is just one master volume. There's no tone pot because why do I need a tone pot? And yeah, so we kept the three-way blade, and I got him to put me a Tessie LED kill switch in as well, which is a lot of fun. I don't use them a huge amount, kill switch, but it's fun to have it there when we're playing live and songs are fading out and whatnot, and who knows, maybe it'll become a bigger part of my my songwriting as we go forwards now that it's on here. But this now suits me way better. The volume is way down the bottom out of the way, so I don't knock it when we're playing live. Having this coil split on a switch makes way more sense to me than push pulls, and just not having so many knobs down here, this is just way better for me, personally. The tuners on this are superb. I gotta say, I think these are probably the best tuners of any guitar I've ever had. I can't tell you why, they just feel really solid, really well built, and like really reactive and responsive, but not in a jarring, jumpy kind of way. You can kind of adjust them really finely, but it's always a smooth experience. They're just really nice tuners. They're really, really lovely tuners. I really get on well with them. There's a couple of negatives that I want to talk about. There's probably three. We'll go with three negatives on this guitar, the magic number. And I'm going to start with the pickups. These aren't my favorite pickups. They feel quite brittle. They feel quite high-end, kind of. There's a lot of treble and a lot of mids, and not a huge amount of kind of balls to them. They're great, but they're a bit too hot for what I use them for. I love passive pickups. I've got passive pickups on my Solar. I've got passive pickups on my PRS. I really, really like passive. I kind of like to use both passive and active, but these pickups for me, they just don't suit the way that I play. And I often find that when I take this to rehearsal or I take this to a gig, I will change my amp settings to suit the guitar, which is fine, but with the other guitars that I play, the amp settings stay the same because I like the way that it sounds through my amp. I use a Victory Kraken. It's a cracking amp, but for this one I just have to dial things in a little bit differently. So they're not my favorite pickups. I may swap them out. It doesn't bother me enough for me to, you know, never play the guitar. I love playing the guitar and it still sounds really, really good, and perhaps it's a sound that you might really, really like. It certainly sounds great in the demo videos that I've put into this video, but they're just not my favorite pickups personally. Negative number 2, so much gloss. So much gloss. I'm not a massive fan of gloss guitars. I don't mind it on this one, I don't mind it on my Les Paul, but the difficulty with this one is the neck. Oh my lord, I have never ever experienced a neck with more gloss on it than this. It almost felt like it was still wet years after it had been made, but it was so incredibly sticky and uncomfortable to play. It's like they lacquered it with gloss and then done it again, and then done it again, and just kind of kept going, just had layers and layers and layers and layers of gloss on the back of the neck. Genuinely really not very pleasant to play. So I did the same with this one as I did with my Epiphone Les Paul, and we just sanded it off, easy peasy. A lot of lacquer came off of this one. It was crazy the amount that came off, but honestly the difference is night and day. It's incredible now. This neck is so smooth, so fast, so comfortable to play. Absolutely no friction. I've already aired my feelings on gloss necks in my Les Paul video, my Matt Hafey Les Paul. If you want to go and check that out, I'll put it up in the cards up here somewhere. But yeah, I'm not a fan of gloss necks. This one had a horrible gloss neck. We fixed it. It's amazing. We move. Whilst I was doing the neck, I did also sand the back of the body. Why did I do this? Well, I really liked the way that this neck looked. I've thought that this neck now being like matte really suited this guitar better than the gloss. So I thought I'm going to sand off the back as well, just see how it looks. And I still think that this looks better than this. Obviously it's a really bold step to take sandpaper to the front of the guitar. I appreciate that I've already devalued the guitar massively by taking sandpaper to the back of the neck, but I've personally got no plans to sell this one, certainly not at the moment anyway. So it would, you know, not be crazy for me to sand the front, but I'd obviously want to do a really good job. Tell you what, let me know in the comments below what you think. Are you a fan of gloss or are you a fan of matte? And what do you think we should do with this guitar? So there's the gloss and there's the matte. You tell me what you think. Will it destroy the guitar if I do it, or do you think it will improve it? Personally, I really want to sand it down. It's just taken me a bit of time to kind of get up the courage to do it, because it is a big kind of thing to do. So my third hurdle with this guitar that I had to overcome was the nut. Now the nut is great, it's a graphite nut, it will never need lubing, it's all good, it's a great nut that they've got sat on here. It's really, really well cut for the most part, but on the high E side of the fretboard, it was such a sudden and drastic corner that they'd cut onto the nut, and being that it was an angle towards the treble side, every time you would move down to the first fret, every single time you would knock your index finger into that corner, I had one specific rehearsal where I was using this guitar, and we got to about 3 hours in, and I had a little blue bruise on the side of my index finger because it was such a sharp corner to it. So easy fix. I took some sandpaper to it when I got home, the magic sandpaper, and it's fine now. It's great. It's just weird that it was a thing. Like, you'd think that they'd realise that on a multi-scale guitar you need to make sure those corners are kind of a bit more rounded for the player's comfort, but you know, here we are. It's an easy fix, and we fixed it and we sorted it, and again, now it just plays like a dream. I think that's probably all I've got to say about this guitar today. If this is a guitar that you're looking at getting new or getting secondhand, I think they're about £1,300 at the moment, wherever you get them from. So it's a decent chunk of change if you're going to be looking to get one. So you want to make sure that it's the kind of guitar for you. It is a great guitar. It does come with my recommendations. I think it's just worth bearing those few points in mind about the pickups. Again, that's just my personal taste. About the nut at the end and about the gloss neck. If gloss necks don't bother you, brilliant, you'll have a great time. If the nut doesn't bother you, or if you've got little hands, then it won't bother you that much. But I think it's worth bearing those few things in mind if this is a guitar that you're looking to pick up. Great guitar, really happy with it. It's going to have some more modifications done to it over time, but for now it's great. I love playing it, I really enjoy it. I probably wouldn't use it in the studio with the pickups that it's got, but for live performances and rehearsals, it's great. I really like this guitar. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Multi-scale, is it your kind of thing? Gloss, is it your kind of thing? And thirdly, most importantly, should I sand it? Should we take this to a matte finish? Let me remind you one more time. There's the matte. There's the gloss. Let me know what you think in the comments below. While you're down there, do me a favor, help me reach that first 100 followers, hit that subscribe button, drop me a thumbs up down there as well while you're there to help the algorithm, and chuck as many comments in the comment section as you can to help this video reach as many people as we can possibly reach. That would be absolutely sick. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you being here with me today, everybody. Thank you for your time, and hopefully I'll catch you again very soon in another video. Take care, everyone. In a bit.